Okay, so let's talk about one of Germany's most incredible landmarks, a place that's all about breathtaking beauty and, well, profound destruction. This is Heidelberg Castle. Its story is literally written in stone, sitting high above a river, and its journey is one you won't forget.
But that gets you thinking, right? What is it that actually makes a ruin beautiful? For Heidelberg Castle, the answer is all in its history, its wild ride from a center of power to this romantic, war-torn relic that just completely captures your imagination. And that's the story we're going to get into.
So first up, let's just be clear about its status. This isn't just some old building. We're talking about a true German icon. It's this powerful silhouette of history that's been watching over the Neckar River for hundreds of years.
What's so cool about this place is that it wears so many different hats. It's not just one thing. For a long time, it was the home of the Elector Palatine. Think of them as regional royalty, with all the power that comes with it. Now, it's a museum, holding on to German history. And of course, its spot on the Schlossberg hilltop gives you these absolutely jaw-dropping panoramic views. It's a total must-see.
But to really get this castle, you have to dig into its history. And let me tell you, it is a roller coaster. This is where the story pivots, from glory to grit, from a mighty fortress to a celebrated, war-torn relic. So the whole story plays out over centuries. It kicks off in the 12th century as a pretty practical, fortified home. Fast forward a couple hundred years, and it gets a major upgrade. It's expanded into a much grander, more impressive castle. But then the 17th century hits, and with it comes the 30 Years' War, this absolutely devastating conflict that just tore Europe apart and changed everything for the castle and for the world.
And that war, that was the turning point. It's what took this incredible palace and transformed it into the magnificent ruin we see today. But the wild thing is, the destruction didn't erase its story. You could argue it actually added its most dramatic and famous chapter.
And you can see this whole dramatic history carved right into its architecture. It's like the castle has a split personality you can see in the stone itself, part tough-as-nails fortress built for war, and part elegant palace built for luxury.
And the contrast is so clear, it's amazing. On one side, you have the fortress, thick walls, defensive towers. It's all about functional protection. It was built for war, period. But right alongside that, you have the palace, huge, sweeping staircases and these incredibly ornate details, like the amazing sculptures on the Friedrich Building facade. That was all about artistic expression, all designed for royalty.
Yeah, a perfect blend of military might and artistic vision. That really just nails it, doesn't it? You can almost feel that tension, that push and pull between the two purposes, just by looking at what's left of the structure.
Which brings us to what the castle is today, a living landmark. So, what's actually left? What has endured all this time? And what's it like to go there now?
Well, the experience is just, wow. You're treated to these incredible views of the Neckar River and the entire city of Heidelberg laid out below you. The grounds have these beautiful gardens that are a whole destination by themselves. And from way up there, you get these insane, sweeping views all the way across the Rhine Valley.
And just to give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, the structure itself is about 50 meters high. That's around 164 feet tall. It just completely commands the landscape.
And the grounds are just as huge, covering over 100 hectares. That's nearly 250 acres. So you see, this isn't just a building. It's this massive, historical park.
But check this out. This is probably the most surprising fact of all. This ruin has actually been under restoration for more than 200 years. It's a constant, dedicated effort, but they're not trying to rebuild it. They're carefully preserving its unique state as a ruin. How cool is that?
And that is what makes it such an important cultural landmark. It's so much more than stone and mortar. It's a place that physically represents Germany's rich, super complicated history, and it acts as this tangible link between the past and all of us in the present.
So, to wrap it all up, the castle's journey is just remarkable. It went from a fortress to a palace, from a palace to a ruin, and then from a ruin to a national icon. Its own destruction became the core of its celebrated identity. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Heidelberg Castle has been standing for over 800 years, and its story was completely flipped on its head about 400 years ago. It really makes you wonder, right? What stories will our buildings tell about us in another 400 years? What's going to endure, and what will become someone else's magnificent ruin?